Whatever the occasion, effortless elegance is right this way. Because Hilton brings you new ways to stay courtesy of the Nomad London. And it doesn't stop at award-winning dining in a space draped in velvet and illuminated by vintage chandeliers. No, this day goes beyond with unparalleled personalized service and attentive hospitality. Oh, and did we mention the Nomad London can be booked using your Hilton Honors points at Hilton.com? Hilton, for the stay.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? Well, with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills. Wait, did I say job title yet? Get started today and see how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. We'll even give you a $100 credit on your next campaign. Get started at linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply.
USAA knows dynamic duos can save the day, like superheroes and sidekicks or auto and home insurance. With USAA, you can bundle your auto and home and save up to 10%. Learn more and get a quote at USAA.com/bundle. Restrictions apply.
McCrispy strips are now at McDonald's. I hope you're ready for the most dippable chicken in McDonald's history. Dip it in all the sauces. Dip it in that hot sauce in your bag. Dip it in your McFlurry. Your dip is your business. McCrispy strips at McDonald's.
American soccer fans, welcome to episode 154 of the USA Soccer Cast. We're bringing you everything about the U.S. national teams, the players, the leagues, and everything else that impacts the game of soccer in these United States. I'm Donald Wine. The United States men's national team are preparing for the CONCACAF Gold Cup, which starts next month. They will have 2 friendlies before that tournament begins, facing Turkey in Hartford on June 7th, followed by Switzerland and Nashville on June 10th. Last week, the roster was released. 26 players will go to the Gold Cup, and 27 players are on this roster for training camp. And there were some notable surprises. So I want to begin with the 27-man roster as presented by Mauricio Pochettino, and here it is. Your goalkeepers: Matt Freese, Patrick Schulte, who was later withdrawn due to injury. He has been replaced by Chris Brady. You have Zach Steffen, and of course you have Matt Turner. Your defenders are Max Arfston, Serginho Dest, Alex Freeman, DeJuan Jones, Mark McKenzie, Tim Ream, Chris Richards, and Miles Robinson. Midfielders: Brendan Aronson, Tyler Adams, Sebastian Berhalter, Johnny Cardoso, Luca De La Torre, Diego Luna, Jack McGlynn, Quinn Sullivan, Malik Tillman, and Sean Zawadzki. And your forwards: Patrick Agyemang, Florian Balogun, Damian Downs, Brian White, and Haji Wright. I just read 27 names, and yes, you were correct. Christian Pulisic is not one of those names. According to sources, he opted to rest this summer after a long campaign for AC Milan. We will talk extensively about that in a little bit. There's also a lot of other players that are normally part of these rosters that are not here. No Anthony Robinson. He has had knee surgery. He will be out for the summer. Yunus Musa has withdrew from the roster before it was released due to personal reasons. Joe Scally, Josh Sargent, Tanner Tessman, Paxton Aronson, Cameron Carter-Vickers, and Austin Trusty, all of them, well, at least in the case of Josh Sargent, were not included due to football reasons or a coach's decision, and it is expected, at least presumed by the absences of those other guys, that it is also due to the decision of Mauricio Pochettino. There are also some guys who are not here due to the fact that the Club World Cup inexplicably is going on at the exact same time as the Gold Cup. Tim Weah, Weston McKennie, and Gio Reyna are all participating in that tournament with their clubs, so they will not be in camp. Alex Zendejas or Timothy Tillman could join him at the Club World Cup as LAFC and Club America play in a Club World Cup playoff this weekend. There's also reports that this lineup could change even further because Johnny Cardoso, whose Real Betis squad just lost to Chelsea in the UEFA Conference League final on Wednesday, could be headed to a team that's in the Club World Cup. Atletico Madrid is the team that's been most rumored. I personally hope that doesn't happen. But if that does occur, he will have to withdraw from camp. FIFA is giving all the teams in the Club World Cup a special transfer window that will start on June 1st and run through June 10th. They will be able to sign players on a short-term basis for the purpose of this tournament. So we'll know by June 10th whether or not Johnny will remain with the national team for the Gold Cup. There are some A-lineup players on here, but it's clearly not an A roster like we all expected and Mauricio Pochettino had said he would bring to the Gold Cup. But the biggest story, of course, is Christian Pulisic and his absence. It's all anyone is talking about, and we are going to talk about it. But first, we will take a quick break.
I found a kid who swings a golf club like a dream. I'd like to try to qualify him for the U.S. Amateurs.
Coming to Apple TV Plus.
What's your name?
I'm not into older guys, but I'm flattered.
A new comedy series, Stick.
I don't want to go on this trip.
Your mouth's saying one thing, but those eyes are saying something else.
From the home of Ted Lasso.
This is your shot at redemption? This is your mulligan?
Owen Wilson.
This game takes and it takes. The game's finally giving me something back.
Stick.
You know Arnold Palmer?
Iced tea, lemonade, mix it.
I'm missing a nap for this.
Streaming June 4th on Apple TV Plus.
Are your business expenses playing hide and seek? With Uber for Business, the small spends that slip through the cracks, like rides and meals, go right where you need them. Because it integrates with leading expense platforms, you can say goodbye to surprise costs, missing dollars, or chasing receipts. Everything's track downable. Uber for Business. Make small steps that make a big impact. Learn more at uber.com/small steps.
You're the perfect blend of elegance and style, and your ride should be no different. The 2024 Hyundai Sonata Hybrid meets all your needs, from business to brunch and everywhere in between. With head-turning details like a sleek front end, plus stylish interior, and an available 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster and seamless tech integration. Okay, Hyundai. Visit HyundaiUSA.com to learn more about the new 2024 Hyundai Sonata Hybrid.
This episode is brought to you by PetSmart. Stop by for Yappy Hour with your pet at PetSmart. Save $5 on walk-in grooming services like nail trims, ear cleaning, brushing, and more. No appointment needed every weekday from 2 to 6 p.m. And while you're there, Yappy Hour includes exclusive in-store deals like 25% off pet toys. Visit services.petsmart.com/grooming to learn more.
Summer's here, and you can now get almost anything you need for your sunny days delivered with Uber Eats. What do we mean by almost? Well, you can't get a well-groomed lawn delivered, but you can get a chicken parmesan delivered. A cabana? That's a no. But a banana? That's a yes. A nice tan? Sorry, nope. But a box fan? Happily, yes. A day of sunshine? No. A box of fine wines? Yes. Uber Eats can definitely get you that. Get almost anything delivered with Uber Eats. Order now. Alcohol in select markets. Product availability may vary by region. See app for details.
Hey everyone, are you looking for the latest gear for your U.S. national teams, Major League Soccer, the NWSL, or any other team in the world of soccer? The USA Soccercast has affiliate partnerships that are ready to help you out. Head to linktree.com/USA Soccercast, where we have links to Homage, Fanatics, the MLS store, and Breaking Team. You can get the jersey, shirt, hat, or accessory you're looking for to support your team, while also saving some money and helping this show in the process. Again, linktree.com/USA Soccercast. Click on the links and get your gear. And we thank you as always for your support of the show. We are back, and we turn our attention to the biggest absence from the men's national team Gold Cup roster, the training camp roster for these two friendlies coming up against Turkey and Switzerland, and that's Christian Pulisic. We don't have an official statement from Christian Pulisic directly, but according to US Soccer, He asked to opt out of this camp and the Gold Cup entirely. And we do have a statement that was released with the roster from U.S. Soccer Sporting Director Matt Crocker, and here it reads, quote, Christian and his team approached the federation and the coaching staff about the possibility of stepping back this summer, given the amount of matches he has played in the past 2 years at both the club and international level with very little break. After thoughtful discussions and careful consideration, we made the collective decision that this is the right moment for him to get the rest he needs. The objective is to ensure he's fully prepared to perform at the highest level next season, end quote. That is the line. That is what they are saying about Christian Pulisic's absence from this national team camp, from the Gold Cup, which is the continental tournament of CONCACAF. I know, I love Nations League, but that is the most prestigious award, in my mind, that CONCACAF has. But when it comes to the biggest trophy, when it comes to their major tournament, their A tournament is the Gold Cup. And yes, it's done every 2 years. But this is the final time that this United States men's national team will have to have competitive matches before the World Cup is on our shores in a little over 13 months' time. He should be in camp. Christian Pulisic should be in camp. A lot of the old heads in public and private have also said that he should be there. We've heard some of the former national team players that have said it. I know some personally who agree with some of what has been said about the fact that Christian Pulisic should be in this camp. If he was hurt, that is another thing entirely. And if you're hurt, you say you hurt and you get what needs to be done to get healthy. We saw that with Anthony Robinson. He said, hey, I got tendonitis. I need to take some rest from time to time. And now he's getting some knee surgery done to kind of correct those nagging issues. And we wish him a speedy recovery. You take the summer off, you get what needs to be done, and then you come back, hopefully 100% and ready to go for both club and country. But the purpose of being in this camp isn't just to be playing games. It's to be a leader. It's to come in, be around the guys, continue to get that experience, help gel this team, which has been through the rudder recently at major international tournaments. They have lost the Copa America. They lost the 2023 Gold Cup. They lost the 2025 CONCACAF Nations League and did so in terrible fashion. If the idea is to come in, play the friendlies, and the decisions mutual to kind of peace out after that, that would be fine too. You come in, the team goes, hey, look, you've had a long year. We need you more in September, October, November, and next summer than we do in June. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate the support and, have a good summer. That would have been fine. But for Christian to approach the federation and say, I want to opt out, whether intentional or not, sends a message that this just isn't important enough for him. Everyone in Europe has just experienced the long season. Everyone. A lot of those guys are here. Wes, Tim Weah, Gio, they may not be here, but they're still playing for their clubs. And they've had an even longer season, which will, again, only get longer with the Club World Cup. So when you put opting out, rest, as the reason that you're deciding not to come, you have to understand that fans are going to take that as a slight. They're going to say, Christian Pulisic doesn't care about the Gold Cup or the national team. Some of your teammates may think the same. And after the failure at Copa America last year, after the Nations League debacle, fans have felt for quite a while like the team has been playing like they weren't committed, like they weren't all in and ready for battle for the crest of our country. This news does not just add fuel to that fire. It is a Molotov cocktail thrown into the discourse. This also tells fans that the Gold Cup doesn't matter, that the final competitive matches before we co-host the 2026 World Cup alongside Canada and Mexico are not enough for the U.S. men's national team's talisman, a guy who has held the armband and is viewed as a leader of the team and a face of the golden generation to show up and play. So why should fans care too? Why should they spend their money on tickets, travel, hotels, the new jerseys that just came out with Pulisic's name on the back, when the face of the program is deemed this summer as unimportant? With great power comes great responsibility, right? We heard that from Spider-Man. Being in camp is part of that responsibility. Playing is part of that responsibility. And yes, it does not matter that we had a long season. Like I said, everyone on this roster is either in the middle of their season or have just completed a long season. Christian Pulisic has not been special in that regard. So for him to say, oh, I've had a long season, I need the rest more than these other guys, again, it may not be the message that he wants to send, but that's the message that is being sent. AC Milan would give Christian the time needed to recover before preseason after the Gold Cup, just like they would for anyone else. I think even personal reasons would have been better, right? And we don't understand what's going on with Yunus Musa. We hope everything is okay. But he said, hey, I have some personal reasons. I need to, withdraw from camp. And everyone does so with their blessing. But it is a bad look all around when you say that you want to opt out due to rest. It's just a bad look. But with that comes an opportunity for some of these other guys to fight hard for the crest, for each other, for the fans. You want to make a World Cup roster? You can elevate yourself by showing up and playing with tenacity here in this camp. For those guys that are on the fringe or introduced into this conversation for the first time, there's a prime chance to be a part of that discussion. Damian Downs, Jack McGlynn, Quinn Sullivan, Max Arston, Alex Freeman, DeJuan Jones. Guys like them have a chance to play themselves into Pochettino's plans. Hopefully they take advantage of it because it is a summer of momentum for the United States men's national team. They don't have any right now, and they need some. So they need to go get it through strong fight at the Gold Cup, where they will show that progress is being made and the team is developing the heart, the fight, the tenacity that a champion requires. And as for Christian Pulisic, again, he may have to come out and say something about why he felt that he needed to step back now. You're going to have a long season next year too. And guess what? I promise people aren't going to be opting to rest for the World Cup. They're going to want to be on that roster. And now I feel, and a lot of other fans are in the same boat, that Christian has to reprove himself again to this program, the commitment. He has to come out and maybe say the right things, do the right things, but we can't see him on the beach all summer relaxing. We can't see him, traveling to all these different, events and places while his guys are working, while his teammates are trying to compete for a Gold Cup, for, again, our Continental Championship. That is the discourse that we have to deal with all summer long. If the team wins, Christian Pulisic will have to answer for, hey, this team can get it done without you, and plant that into people's minds. Again, Christian Pulisic may be a guy who gets the excuse and still gets to get on the national team for the World Cup. But again, I feel a lot of people think he needs to re-earn that spot. Just because he's the talisman does not mean he's guaranteed a spot. No one should be. But if we lose, they will then point at him and go, things may have been better if you were here. And I hope he's ready for those questions. I hope he's ready to answer those critics. Before we get out of here, U.S. Soccer has released a new look that pays tribute to their history. A couple of weeks ago, the Federation revealed the 2025 national team jerseys for both the men's and women's national teams. The U.S. jerseys are designed to honor the history of both senior national team programs, and I think this is cool. It was done in collaboration with several current and former players. Lynn Biondolo, Naima Girma, Sophia Wilson, Kellen Acosta, DeAndre Yedlin, Walker Zimmerman were all a part of this process, and I think it's important that players are a part of this process. I also think that fans should be a part of this process, and if so, hi, USASoccercast@gmail.com, US Soccer, you know where to find me. There are two kits that came out. The home kit, which is called the Brilliant Kit, celebrates 40 years of the women's national team who had their debut match in 1985. The white kit has stars details of the kit that draw from past women's national team kits. However, and this is not just me saying this, the design is also similar to a kit that the United States men's national team wore when they hosted the 1994 World Cup, that ever popular denim kit. The jersey will be paired with royal blue shorts and will be worn exclusively by the women, who will debut them on Saturday against China. And they will continue to wear that throughout the rest of the season. The men's national team are going to continue to wear the current home jersey, that white jersey with the red, with the stars and stripes on the collar and the trim. They will wear that for the rest of the year. The away kit is called the Heartbeat Kit. And, the Heartbeat Kit, we can explain what that means. But right now, it's a navy kit with vertical stripes in navy and royal blue. And the design is meant to honor the fans of the national teams whose, quote, energy is a rhythmic force that brings people together and pushes the game forward. I don't necessarily care about that explanation. It is open itself to some jokes about a flat heartbeat, but make no mistake, this jersey looks really, really cool. It's nice pinstripes. It's very, very cool. Mainly navy kit, and I really liked it upon first sight. I didn't need the explanation to like this kit. Both the men and the women will wear this kit for the rest of 2025. The men will debut it on June 7th in Hartford against Turkey. And my dear friend, who is the chair of the U.S. Soccer Fan Council, Liz Lafitte, was quoted by saying, "We look forward to seeing stadiums full of these kits as we cheer on our teams with the heart and passion that they represent." And, oh yeah, part of this collection is a pre-match top, plain red kit plain red jersey that says One Nation, One Team on it. It's fine. The anthem jacket, though, is also fire. It's basically a combination of both the heartbeat and the brilliant kits, mainly looking at stars in navy blue, and it looks really, really cool. This is one of the best sets of jerseys U.S. Soccer has had in a while. I'm thinking 2018 and then 2010. When I'm talking about sets, I mean the home and away jerseys both being ones that people could get behind and really enjoyed. This gives me more cause to believe that they can really knock the World Cup kits in 2026 out of the park, and they need to. As I mentioned, I don't need all the explanation behind the kits, and 2026 really has to establish her jersey identity for the next 20 years. That's how important it is. The home jersey, invoking the nostalgia for the 1994 denim kit, is exactly what 2026 is going to need to bring. Of course, I am the president, CEO, and chairman of the Waldo Should Be Our Permanent Home Kit Club, a club that grows by tens of thousands of people every week. This should be a no-brainer. But if you also have an away jersey be the stars, similar to the denim, the sash, similar to the 2010 away kit, if you can incorporate one of them into the away kit to tie it to the Waldos, you have a home run. But these 2025 jerseys are a pleasant surprise, a great start, and hopefully the teams will play well in them this summer and fall. We got more coming to you in like 36 hours. We have the women's roster that is out ahead of friendlies this weekend against China and Jamaica. We have some news on future World Cups, including an expanded Women's World Cup and a potential Trans-Pacific Men's World Cup in 2038. Yeah, we're going to have to talk about that. And we'll do a deep dive on Damian Downs, one of the newcomers in the men's national team camp. The hope is to bring on an expert who watches the Bundesliga and more specifically FC Köln and knows Damian Downs well. So we'll get to know the young striker at that point a little bit more. Until then, that will do it for episode 154 of the USA Soccer Cast. Thank you for listening. Remember, you can find us on Blue Sky and YouTube. Follow us on both at USA Soccer Cast. Subscribe, rate, and review our shows. It helps us get in front of new people, and it's greatly appreciated. Tell your friends about us. Finally, check out our affiliate links in our stimulus store. We have everything you need to watch the beautiful game and follow your teams, and they also help support the show, so we appreciate you checking those out as well. We'll talk to you again soon, y'all. Peace.